What up, everybody? About to go live talking about the greatest hobby known to me. They call it a hobby. People make it a job. That's the cool thing about the internet now. You can make anything you enjoy, you can turn that into a job. You can turn, if you leverage social media, the internet correctly, you can turn that into a full-time career. And the reason is because now you can be connected to a larger network. You think about, if you wanted, to have options with your job and what you do, you could go and move to a bigger city and you could be like, okay, I'm gonna, go here because there's more people condensed in this area that can come in and do this job. Now with the internet, it's like, oh, cool, I like this thing, and I have now with the internet access to every human on earth, and so now I can make a career, a living out of that if you utilize social media correctly. So I'm about to jump on with, I would say this is my number one. Obviously, besides Explain Everything podcast, Neil, if you're watching, I promise you're the best. The Explain Everything podcast that we do. What's up? Link in bio. But my favorite podcast to listen to that I'm not a part of, because if I'm in it, it's my favorite because I'm super narcissistic apparently, is Sports Cards Nonsense. And Mike from Sports Cards Nonsense, Rural Juror. Y'all remember that? 30 Rock. He has been so gracious to come on and chat. A little TikTok live. So love your thoughts, questions. What up? I'm gonna see if I can add him on here. Here we go. I'm gonna invite him to come on here. This is the first time I've been invited on some TikTok lives, but now let's see. Friends who go live will be shown here. Oh, okay. Okay, let's see. Okay, so here's what you got. Mike, if you're listening, you need to bounce out and go live on your TikTok, and then I can add you. Okay, so go live on your TikTok, and then I'm going to add you in here. I believe that's how we do this. So go live on your TikTok. You just go in like you're making. Okay, he bounced out. He's going to go do it. And so, oh, Neil Greathouse in here. Neil Greathouse in the house. If you guys don't follow Neil Greathouse, he is an American. He is, well, he is an American, but he is an American treasure. He's also a Canadian treasure. He is he was built for this world. His name's Neil Greathouse. So I'm about to jump in, see if I can add Mike in. Boom. We're adding him in.
There it is.
Mike, what's up, bro? How's it
How you doing?
going?
Are we announcing right now that Neil is number two in your life? Is that what I heard earlier?
You know
Neil's now
what?
number two?
I wasn't gonna say it until I saw him pop up. I was gonna say it until I saw him pop up, and I was like, Neil, it's like let's sit down. We're gonna have a come to Jesus meeting, and
I'm telling you.
we're breaking up, man. Mike, how you doing, bro?
Doing good. I can't believe I figured out how to get on this thing. I am worthless with social media, so
Dude, you were
yeah.
so quick. And I've heard you talk about on the podcast, you recognize that TikTok is popping, and you've talked about wanting to push into it. And I mean, I would
Yep.
concur if I'm betting. So what are your
Yeah, you're
go ahead.
you're killing it on here, man. Yeah, you crush it on here. I don't know how you do it. I am not patient enough, and then I flip through and it's a bunch of dancing kids, and I'm like, I just don't care. But
Bro.
it's no question the fastest growing platform. So we're
Yeah.
we're making a push.
Well,
Yep.
I would recommend it. And here's my thoughts if I want to can I throw some stuff at you? I mean, you're the smart one, but I want to talk because, it's all about me apparently.
Okay.
Just kidding.
You're the educator, man. So
Man,
don't call me the smart one again, or I'll leave.
well, I can teach math. That's about it. So
All right.
not even AP Calculus. That's too tough. So here's my thing. You're right. You're right that some of the most popular stuff you see on TikTok is like the dancing stuff because that's, a lot of young people are on it. I don't know,
Sure.
they watch their dancing stuff. However, the thing that I think sets TikTok apart is the algorithm. And so if you get on TikTok and you just scroll and watch it for a couple hours, I guarantee after 2 hours, you're only going to see stuff that you like. Like if if you want to know about somebody and who they really are, say, hey, can I look at your For You page and just start scrolling their feed? That's who they are. And so
Okay.
it's the cool thing is it finds your audience and puts you in front of their face. And so I don't know. What are your you've been I mean you guys are I mean you're killing it everywhere. So you've got stuff on Instagram, Facebook. I know your Facebook group is popping. Which one do you like interacting with the most naturally?
Facebook is the easiest. That's where I made my. That's where we built the company in the first place. The card breaking, like the sports card world. That's where we started it all. And so when we got the podcast signed by the Ringer in February, we started that group, And I think that's up to like 20,000, which on Facebook is a lot. 20,000 is not that much on TikTok. So,
No,
but on Facebook, we do pretty good. But yeah, I'm old, man. I like Facebook. 35 is ancient for TikTok, I feel like. So on Facebook, I feel like I'm like right in the middle.
bro,
So,
I'm 36, so it's like I'm right there with you. Like
okay.
when you and Jesse, when y'all do like pop culture stuff, it's like on like every time I'm like, these are my people,
Saved by the Bell and Britney Spears. That's about our, yeah, that's our range. And
bro.
then people ask us who that is.
Who's our audience? Millennials, hard millennials.
Exactly.
And
But the TikTok thing, so we have a social media team for Spotify and for the Ringer. So we are trying they're going to get more involved. And then we have a talent agent that we just signed on with that helps us out. They have built like some massive brands, and that was their first thing too. Okay, Instagram, Twitter, not so much even Twitter. Like Instagram's, we have a pretty good following. It's picked up. Facebook is crazy. Twitter seems like it's kind of old now, I guess. So they weren't, but their first thing was, hey, we got to get on TikTok. We'll start helping out with videos, doing like the edits and all that stuff, so it can actually look good. And then yeah. So we're definitely going to be in the next 2 to 4 weeks, really making a big push on TikTok, I think.
how many of you guys are talking about? That's not how sentences work. How many are you guys talking about doing a day on TikTok? Are y'all trying to bump up?
So that's the thing. I think we need to do a few. I mean, we do the podcast twice a week. It's like an hour to an hour and a half. But there's one thing, like they did tell us, and it makes sense, and I actually think it's fair. Like on TikTok, you get into people's algorithm by producing content constantly, which I think is like if you work at it, I think you should be rewarded. So I like that. That's going to be our goal. Take the show, cut it up, and do a few per day. Hopefully, will be the goal.
Are you going to do any others that are like you just rolling with it, or are you going to do mostly like clips of you two talking pieces of the show?
I probably need to start doing this live. We need to build up a following too. We don't have much of a following on TikTok. We got it real early in the show because everything was on the video and everything was vlogged, so the whole show was live. But now it's not. So we stopped putting content on here, and so we fell off everybody's For You page. Which again, we should have. We got lazy. So you get lazy, you don't get rewarded for it. So,
It's true.
but yeah, that'll be the thing. Do some lives. Try to do some different things like that.
Can I throw some ideas at you? Is that cool?
Dude, that's why I'm here. Yeah, you've got the
Oh,
following. So yes,
well,
absolutely.
I mean, here's the thing. Oh gosh. So mine, if you look, here's an interesting thing, and I don't think I've ever talked about this. So if you look at my page, I've been on TikTok for right at a year now, and my like likes is like 1.2 million like hearts or whatever, and then I've got like a little over 100,000 followers. If you look at the average on that, people that have 100,000 followers, they've got like 3 or 4 million likes. So usually what happens is you get on TikTok and people like just blow up and they get like 3 or 4 mil on one video, and it cranks up like 30 or 40,000 followers, and that's how they kind of do their big boosts. I've never had a video. I don't even know if I've had a video pass half a mil on TikTok. However, I think the trick for
Hmm.
me has been just consistency. And I heard this on if you want, since I mean, you're in the creator world. I know you picture yourself as like a car guy, but you're a creator. You podcast. You're making a ton of dope content. And I think that the more people in the hobby you can put yourself in front of, there's no limit to how many guys and people, not guys and gals, are going to listen. So I think that
Yeah.
it would be advantageous to be consistent. In the creator world, there's a couple of guys, Colin and Samir. Have you ever heard of Colin and Samir?
Nope.
They're YouTubers, and they essentially do interviews and talk for creators, like how to produce content and all that. And they had a young lady on there who's really popular on TikTok, and she had a phrase that it falls under me, in my opinion. It's, I'm not creative, I'm consistent. And so I think if you guys can post 2 to 3 TikToks a day, and here's the deal: if you're one to edit, have you ever edited video?
No. I'm used, dude. I tell you right now, Jesse does all the tech stuff, and now we've got the team behind us. I do
Okay.
nothing. I am worthless.
Well,
But it's got to be easy. I see all these dummies on here doing it, so it has to be. It's got to be kind of easy.
yeah, it's not, it's time consuming. That's the issue.
Okay.
So it's like, here's what I would recommend. Because I'm a big thing on like efficiency. Like I don't have a ton of time. I'm trying to fit all this stuff in. While you're recording, maybe even make a note or like get a stopwatch on your phone and hit the time. So like if you and Jesse are just like, say you've got when you guys do banter, by the way, I know y'all joke about like when to push it to the end or whatever, because Bill said that. Like y'all's banter is on point. Like there's a lot of podcast hosts that feel like they were on like a blind date. And I think that
It's
you guys,
brutal.
oh, I love how y'all joke around. You could tell you guys are like legit friends, not like friends for money.
Yep.
So
Yeah, absolutely.
I guess they call that friends with, nope, that's not friends with benefits. That's something else. I'm sorry.
Friends with me and Jesse?
Yeah,
No.
sorry.
I
No,
there
no.
are a lot of benefits to our friendship, so
Yes,
maybe we are. I'm not sure.
bingo.
I'll ask him.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good.
I'll
Yeah,
see what he says.
check with them. No, I think that you guys clips of banter, showing your personality. I think that's what sets you apart. Because I've tried listening to a couple other podcasts, and they're probably great guys, but I just don't flow with it. And
Boring.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like, gosh, I might as well listen to a CPA talk about it like an Excel spreadsheet. Like this is awful. So I don't know. I think that you guys throw in your banter, but then mix it in with obviously like tips and stuff. But bro, I think it's easier than that. Like, I think you bounce on TikTok and you just be like, yo, hey, I'm going to show you all of the Zion. You just bought a bunch of Zion. I just listened to the new episode. You're just
Yep.
like, hey, I just
Yeah,
bought all
went
these
nuts.
Zions. You toss them on there and you're just showing them, like, got this, got this. Here's why I got this. I'll probably keep it like same stuff you said in the show, but you almost make it authentic to that platform. They don't feel like you brought it over. I'll be honest, some of my worst content on TikTok has been stuff that like I straight up like edited, like film, like did something great for. Like in my opinion, spent a lot of time. The ones that do the best is just like feels raw, authentic, stuff like that. So I think if you bounce
So
in,
I like that. I would do that, like our weekly buys, because they're trying to highlight that anyways, because there are so many people in the industry who do the pump and dump, and there's a lot of bull crap. We try to be like, hey, here's why I bought it. Here's what my plan is. Here's when we'll sell it. We try to document it along the way so guys know, like, at least we're being true. You could think we're stupid for what we do, but at least it's transparent. It's transparent stupidity. That's our goal. So
well, I don't think it's stupidity at all. I think the transparency thing, like, dude, I'm serious. People love that on TikTok. They're sick of fake on
okay,
Instagram. Bro, get real. And even if like I'll screw up filming a TikTok, I'll like say I did it the other day, like 2 days ago. I said instead of hopeful, I said like hoopful or something stupid. And then I just went, and then you call it out, and then you just keep rolling. Like they don't want it to feel like it's too produced because it separates the audience from them. So, and it can be, you could even do like, so I did one, I have a Tarver cards account I do with my kids. And I just
right.
started doing one the other day. I was like, hey, here are my LaMelos. And I just started like rolling through like my LaMelos and it got like 12,000 views just because like,
Dang.
I don't know, people want to look at that stuff. And it's like so easy. And then I even said, and I get them to help me with the content. I said, who do y'all want me to do next? And I had like 80 comments of people and they're like, I only pretty much keep NBA. So it's like I rolled in with them and you could do that all day, I bet.
So maybe that's the direction we go for TikTok. Like, well, I'll let the other guys do like the clips from the show and that stuff. But if I did one or two a day of just, hey, this week's buys and just cut it up, I mean, I'm stupid and I can figure that out, I think. So,
Bro, you're not stupid at all. No,
yeah.
I think you
The,
could.
the, the graphics thing, I will say, dude, the graphics and stuff on here, I see some of these guys do it. I'm pretty impressed. And I just have no interest in, I have interest if it was easy. But again, not my thing. But doing what you're saying, I could do that. I would actually enjoy doing that. Like, hey, here's the 7 Zions I bought. Here's the goal with each, whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah, because that's the goal. I got to start putting a little more effort into it. So,
Do you keep a big
yeah, I'm
personal
in.
collection on hand?
Not at the house, but yeah, yeah. I mean, I have a couple. Like, all my stuff's at the bank.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I have, I don't know. There's a couple 4-row boxes like that of stuff that I bought for the short term flip or like relatively cheap stuff. I keep just enough to like display, and we're moving too, so some of my stuff is packed. But like I'll have a whole wall behind me now at the new house. The office is being set up as the podcast studio on the back wall, and the front wall is going to be like the breaking display studio that way. So,
That's
so
awesome.
I'll have enough to like fill the shelves, I guess. But yeah, this is just stuff like these are like the weekly. Which, by the way, I don't know what's up with my camera. It's all glare and garbage. I can't
No,
even
it
figure out
looks
how to
so
work a
good,
camera
man.
right.
It's like I'm staring
So
through
like
like a
that
window at Florida. It's so good. Just kidding.
with humidity all over it.
Exactly. I'm just kidding. Now show me
Underwater.
that. I didn't get to see it. Show me those last chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets. Yeah. So like, let me bust. Like the Zion's my big guy now. I'm big on basically anything Zion, PSA 10, SGC 10. I
Yep.
try to stay away from base for the most part. I love PSA 9s right now. You get those for like 20 or 30 bucks. Like I just don't see how those don't double when he hits the court again. And then Mosaic for some reason I've been all about. So again,
Yeah.
there's some blurry cards for you to stare at. Anything Mosaic PSA 10 non-base, I just like. Most of those are like 200 bucks or less. I bought a lot of like 38 of those this week, and then a stack of 9s. And the 9s were honestly like a throw-in. The guy said, "Man, I'm having trouble moving PSA 9s." I was like, "Perfect. Like I'll buy every one of them." So I got a deal for like 15 9s. It's like any other hustle. If you do a little research and study some market trends, it becomes a business. So
Mhm. Well, and I don't
Yep.
know, I think it was either you guys or Gary Vee, because I think I found y'all through, because I've followed Gary Vee for years on like marketing stuff, because I do a bunch of that.
Yep.
And I think y'all did like second or third episode, y'all had him on. I was like,
Yeah,
dang,
he came right on.
you big
Dude, I
time,
reached
bro.
out to that dude for like, we started the podcast like 4 months ahead. So I was just like, I'm just going to blow this dude's DMs up everywhere, email and whatever. Never heard a word. Then we got Bill Simmons in the ringer behind us. I kid you not, our second show, I tagged him. I was like, hey, why don't you join me? Within minutes, dude, we got a message like, yeah, I'll join. He came on the next day. So, and he was pretty cool. He said like 15 minutes. He stayed for like 25. So,
That's
yeah, that was
awesome.
pretty cool.
I think that was the
Yep.
first one I heard. It was good. And you can tell too, like when people, because that back when I was first getting in the cars and stuff, he bounced on a bunch of different shows. And I was just
Right.
like, okay. And so I bounced in and like listened to a few of them. And a lot of them were just like, but you guys were like, kind of like going at him. I was like, all right, let's go. That was good. Or at least you were having a
Yeah.
conversation. You could keep up.
Yeah, I think sometimes people see, and there's no disrespect to Gary, like he's more famous than I'll ever be. He's made more money than I'll ever make. But sometimes I feel like people have a guest on. It's just like have the guy on to say everything that he thinks is right. Some of the stuff he said I thought was stupid, so we just told him. I don't think he's stupid, but he said a couple of these players like, "Hey, buy this guy." I was like, "That's terrible." Like only a moron would say that.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean he's wrong. I just feel like yeah, just talk. Like just our whole goal is you. I want any listener we have to feel like, hey, I'm just listening to these two guys sit around and talk. And we would make fun of anybody. I don't care who walks in the room. We make fun of Simmons. Simmons, same thing. Probably a billionaire, whatever he is at this point. The most famous podcast, the most downloaded podcast guy ever. When he comes on the show and says something dumb, we make fun of him and like we just have fun with it. So we'll get fired eventually because of
Yeah.
that. But in the meantime, just have fun with it. Like, I don't know, just be normal. So
Dude, and that's the thing. Like I've always said that the best podcasts are the ones that feels like you're at college, kicking in the room, listening to your buddies talk about something you care about. Like that's what people want. They don't want like, well, here's my 401k, and they like start doing that. Like nobody wants that crap.
yeah. And people make fun of Jesse. So again, for the TikTok crowd that doesn't know, Jesse doesn't know anything about sports or sports cards, but he's a funny guy. So I
Yeah.
was like, that's it. I don't need three guys in the room who know all the same stuff talking to each other. I want one dude who knows nothing and can have fun with it. So that was
Bro,
really our angle.
and I think that's good because honestly, like obviously, most people that are listening haven't started a business doing it like you have. You know what I mean? Like they probably do it on the side, they do it for fun, maybe a couple, but
Sure.
most of them are just like, hey, I like this. I'll bounce on eBay and buy my favorite player. And it's like if you have Jesse in that role, he is now the audience asking the questions. And I know like
Right.
it can be it feel redundant just like saying like I've answered that before. I've answered that before. But you got to remember like, what's the average? People listen to like one out of every four podcasts, and those are good, consistent people. And so it's like if you get him pretend essentially being the audience, not knowing, I think that's good because it answers the questions they don't have. Where if they're not on your level, they're confused. Because I'm working on just so I can brag about myself some more. I'm working on my dissertation, and it's focusing on how to engage people with online educational videos. Like how do you keep people watching your video? And the top two
Okay.
reasons, keep this in mind when you're making content. The top two reasons
Sure.
people stop watching something is because one, they don't see how it applies to them, and two, they're confused about what's happening. So whenever you're doing a video, like I always like to start off with like the best TikToks I've done is ones where I'm not talking to teachers mostly. I'm like, hey, do you ever have a student that just won't listen to you? Because now, one, I've identified my audience, they're teachers. Two, I'm hopefully asking a question they want the answer to, so they'll stick around. And so they see how it applies to them. And I've clarified what I'm going to be talking about for the next minute. And so I think anytime you can clarify, don't jump into the middle of the story. Nobody goes like, oh, I'm going to go watch this new Quentin Tarantino movie, and they're going to start watching it at 30 minutes in. They want to know and have
Right.
context. So as long as you clarify, but here's the thing, man, it feels when you do that, it feels like you're boring them. You know what I mean? Like when I do trainings for teachers, I'll record like a 3 hour training to post later. I'll remind them what we're doing like 12 times. And it feels dumb, but it's always kind of like a redirect for them
Keeps them
to
engaged.
exactly. And also they're not confused about what we're
I
doing.
gotcha.
So I don't know. I think you
Well, you
start
also
off
talk. You also talk fast, so that's good. You talk fast, which is
way too
perfect.
fast.
I
Yeah,
cannot listen to people who talk too slow. I get accused of talking too fast, but I can't. I get so bored out of my mind with people like that. So
dude.
yeah, I don't know. Like I said, the TikTok is kind of the next thing, kind of like
Yeah,
the Facebook. The TikTok is the next thing
exactly.
we want to make the push on, and really.
Yeah.
But
Justin Timberlake would
so
say
yeah, I'm
drop the
curious.
duh, but I don't care what he says. When he's not even the best in sync guy. I like Brian. I'm kidding. He's Backstreet. What is? I was gonna tell you something. Crap. This is not good. This is not good podcast material where I'm sitting here thinking to myself. Oh, talk fast. Okay, so whenever sometimes I'll speak to schools and stuff, and I'll get up there and I'll be blah blah blah. And when I get excited, I talk way too fast. It's like when I'm aggravated, I get really condescending and I talk too fast. And also when I'm excited, I talk too fast. And I had somebody come up to me every now and then. People come up and be like, "Man, you're pretty good. You just talk way too fast. You just slow down." And here's my thing. I go, you know what? If I can think, process, and say something faster than you can just hear it, you need to get smarter. That's on you, bro. That's not my fault. Like, you need to get smarter. You know, that's what I say. It's great.
All
It's
right.
great. They never invite me back. I don't know why. But so I wanted to ask you this because I mean I just wanted to know. Oh, no. I would do this too. Behind the scenes stuff. Before I get off this, TikTok, behind the scenes stuff. Like you even just like say, hey, we're about to record the podcast. What do you guys in the chat? What do you want to know? What do you want us to answer? Like, you know how you do like
Okay.
a mailbag? Ask it on there. And
Yep.
here's the cool thing. You can answer some on there, but then also that's content for later videos. So like your mailbags are what?
Like show prep and stuff like that, different things just
Yep.
before we actually record.
But then that can
Okay.
also be individual videos for TikTok. So like every single
Gotcha.
question they ask there, all you have to do is click the comment, click video, and then that comment pops up on there and you can answer that in
Okay.
less than a minute. And so it's like, because you're quick, like whenever, and you know the industry. So whenever
I've been
Jesse
accused of that before. That's
of
true.
knowing the industry,
Never being quick. Sorry. Go ahead.
my man.
Never mind.
Oh, that's
Just
touche.
skate past that joke. Yeah.
We'll roll like Brian Batano. We'll skate past that. So
Friends with benefits. Got it.
that's right. Got it. Another Justin Timberlake reference. He was in that with Mila. What's her name? Miss Kuchar. Mila Kuchar. What's her last name? I don't know her last name.
Is that a teacher? Who's Miss Cooch? I don't know who this
Mila.
is.
If it's Mila Kunis, she was like she was from that '70s show.
Oh,
She
yeah,
married
yeah.
Ashton Kutcher.
I got you.
She didn't take his last
Yep.
name, I would assume. I don't
She
know.
was like 12. Got it.
Yeah, exactly.
She's
Yeah.
13 years old.
Yeah, we need to probably call
Borderline
somebody
creepy.
on that. There's definitely
Yeah,
some
skate
issue
past
there. So we're skating a lot. No, I don't. I was going to say I got a skater card. No, I don't. So I was curious about this. So what is your like? I know you named your dogs Griffey and Brady. So congrats,
Yep.
those are great names. Our dog's Queso, not a professional athlete, but we do love Queso, the cheese dip.
Okay.
So
Sure.
hard to collect the cards for that, but it's cool. So what is your like PC guy right now that is not a superstar? Do you have one?
I'm boring. No, all mine are just very PC stuff to me is like long term, like multiple year holds.
Okay.
I'm all Brady, Griffey, Bird, Bill Russell. I'm
Okay.
super Boston biased except for Griffey. So Willie Mays is the only guy I've been holding for a little while because eventually he's going to die and his stuff's going to spike, I think. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's just for selfish reasons. I'm not rooting for that to happen, but I'm not going to be mad when it does, I guess. So,
I mean, yeah, he seems
okay,
like a
I'm
really
a bad
nice guy.
person.
I mean, it's okay. It's the facts of the industry. You know what I mean? Like people that talk about life
Yep.
insurance, that has to come into it too. So it's like that. It's like life insurance for small pieces of cardboard. So can I tell you mine and you tell me if I'm a complete moron?
Hit me.
Okay. So actually you can just say it because it is stupid because my buddies make fun of me all the time. So my guy that's like affordable that I've kind of gone crazy like wild on lately is Jordan Poole. Do you know who that is? Plays for the Warriors.
Golden State, yeah.
Yeah. So I kind of went in on
Super
Jordan.
cheap, yeah.
Yes, he's not pricey at all. Like I bought like 14 prisms. They're all base. Actually, I bought a few non-base, but I bought a bunch of base ones just to toss in there and hold. And then I bought here's one because I laid all my cards out because I'm a freaking dork. So I got this one. It's like an auto 5 out of 25.
Yeah, Origins.
Yeah, is
Nice.
that a good one? I still can't remember which National Treasures or like what are the good ones for the autos? What do you recommend?
So National Treasure is your best. Flawless, Immaculate. Those are like the big three. Prism, of course. But like that looks like it's on card. It's low numbered. I mean,
Yeah.
if that guy, the cool thing about that's almost like a penny stock. Like if that guy goes off for 35 points, Bull did this last year or during the COVID shortened season. I forget which. He had like 2 or 3 games in a row where he made a couple shots. Bull has no business selling for anything. But the guy spiked because people went nuts, and all of a sudden there's this crazy, FOMO, like, hey, he's going to be the guy we got to get in. Same with Jordan Poole. He plays for a playoff team. I think the Warriors are going to be awesome when Clay comes back, by the way.
Same.
And yeah, Jordan Poole's going to go off for 30 or 40 points once or twice in a week, and that card's going to 8x, 10x overnight.
Yeah.
Because people are going to say, oh, he's the next guy. He's going to start. So yeah, I like the chases on long. So I've got a couple like that. Like Eric Paschall is my guy like that.
I've got
He
him
played
too.
for the Warriors. Yeah,
Yeah.
so he went over to Utah. I love him in Utah. I think so. I bought some low numbered Prism stuff because I just think again he's going to be that team's going to compete to like for the number one seed out west because they're a great regular season team. I don't think they'll win and come out, but he's cheap. And if he pops and goes crazy, guys are going to be like, "Hey, we've got to get him now before he goes really nuts," and there's going to be a short spike. So yeah, I like Jordan Poole for that. Absolutely.
Okay. Well, good because I've
Not even a
what.
moronic thing. Say something dumb so I can make fun of you. I feel it
Okay,
just doesn't feel comfortable. I'm
bro.
used to making fun of Jesse, so
Well, I know you can. I don't care. Like I've been on YouTube for like 13 years, so there's no way you can make fun of me that I haven't been made fun of by some rando on the internet. So, okay,
oh, the YouTube crowd is great, man. The basement dwellers. My thing is, if you're gonna be a total sweatpants wearing troll, you have to be funny though. We
yeah,
don't block anybody, but I was like, you gotta be funny. Like,
gotta be
don't just be
funny.
the typical donkey on there.
Yeah,
So
get
I
creative
like
with it.
YouTube. We get a couple.
Yeah.
Dude, we had a guy on YouTube literally rip me. One of the first comments we ever got, I think it was on the show that Bill Simmons came on with us, and the guy commented and said, "Why would I ever take advice from somebody who bartended at Chili's? I worked at Chili's when I was a teenager. I don't even know how he found this out. This is like 20 years ago, 18 years ago, whatever." And dude commented, and I was like, right off the bat, if you ever want to come on the show, you are welcome. Like you're my
Well, he's already
favorite
there.
person
He's
on the
sitting
internet.
behind you. He's right there with you. He's been with you your whole life. He's been stalking
Dude, it
you for
was
years.
great. So stuff like that I like. If you're gonna make fun of it, I think it's great. Like be creative with it. So
Bro, I waited tables at Chili's in college. So it's like we may
did
be
you
the same
okay?
person. I'm just from like the mid is South is Arkansas's Midwest, right? I'm not good at directions.
I guess
I'm
I'm in
from the
Nashville,
South.
so
Yeah, you're in Nashville.
okay.
Nashville's dope. My wife and I have talked about if we ever
I,
lived anywhere else, we'd live in Nashville. You like it?
it's I do. Yeah, much safer than Boston. I hate the summers. It's too hot, but she's born and raised here, so yeah, we like it.
Okay.
Yep.
That's dope. Okay, I got a dumb one.
Arkansas.
Arkansas, bro. It's God's
All right.
country. You know what I'm saying? Like we had Bill Clinton.
That's
He
where
was
people.
president.
Is Monica from there too? I forget. Where's she from?
Yeah, she's from Cabot. She lives up in Cabot. She's like an hour away from me. I go to Cabot about once every couple months. She's
Oh,
funny.
good.
Have
There
you
you
seen
go.
her Twitter? She's funny on Twitter.
I have not. Nope.
Bro, after we're done, if you don't do anything else, Google Monica Lewinsky comeback jokes. Like she will pop off on people on Twitter, okay?
Really? Okay.
Yeah, she's funny. She's funny. Man, we need to get her. We can get on our new podcast. Explain everything. I'm kidding. I've already got that. So that wasn't
Come
a
on,
shout out
Neil.
for
Neil's
myself.
coming on.
Neil, no, I've cut Neil. I already texted him while we were on here. I was like, man, we had a good run. And he's like, what was
Hey,
it?
who is Malachi Flynn, by the way? One of the comments here. Auto
Malachi
investment
Flint.
players.
He's
Malachi.
Warriors. Isn't he a Warrior dude?
I have
No,
never even heard of Malachi Flynn.
no,
So.
he's Raptors. Raptors rookie. They're saying that they. So he is a
Oh, the kid from
rookie.
this year.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
thinking of the redheaded
I'm not.
dude. What's the
Love his
red?
story from the Raptors.
What's he got? What's the story?
Works so hard. I have no
Oh,
idea.
you're
Sam, the
reading
real
it.
estate guy is. Sam, the real. I'm reading these. I'm into the comments, man.
Yeah. All mine are teachers, so they're jumping on and being like, this isn't, they're all teaching right now. So they're bouncing on while kids are taking tests.
Oh, God. Here's the message to you teachers: tell your kids to just drop out of school quick,
Hmm.
go ahead and get a side hustle,
So
then
good.
they come back to school after.
You know what?
That's. Is that? Are you co-signing on that bill?
Bro, okay, so I work for a college now, so I can't officially say that, but I tell students all the time, like, look, now is the time of your life where you have the least amount of, I know you feel like, oh, I got a job at Tacos for Life. Like, you got the least amount of responsibilities in your life. Try the thing you want to do. And I was stalling till we figured out how to work the live. And I was just like, what the internet has done, it has allowed people who are passionate about something that used to be this like thing that three people in your town liked, you can make 80 grand a year off of it if you play
Yep.
social media, the internet right. And so I just
But
like
go fail at it now. That's my thing. Like I get
bingo.
like when you're 20, yeah, you're 21. Like go fail if you have to get into some debt that's not going to cripple you for life. I agree. I graduated with a strong 2.6 from a vocational school. So from a real high school, that would be like a 1.9. So I was solid. I
That's
was I
good.
was like six man of the year type stats. I was
Okay,
hanging in
little
there.
Lou Will over here.
Yeah, sure. Oh yeah, me and Sweet Lou go way back.
Yeah,
Yep, great guy.
y'all are buddies. Yeah, six man awards hanging on y'all's mantle. I like that. Well, it's in
Exactly.
box because you're moving. So, but it's you've got it. Your six man of the year award. So that's it.
Boxed
That's
up.
it. So you want
Yep.
my well, you want my done. This is okay. So I've made a
Here's the
series.
dumb one. Yep.
This is the dumb one. Okay. Okay, you're gonna stall. Just stall for like 10 seconds. Okay, done stalling. So I've started a
That
thing.
was not. You're not great with time. I know you're
No.
a math guy.
Well,
That was not 10
I
seconds.
was I was a very mediocre basketball player, and all I knew was get the ball across the court in 10 seconds, which to me is 1.5 seconds. So that kind of threw me off. So here's my guy that he was my favorite player. I lived in Atlanta in the mid 90s, so I had to love the Braves because that's when they were like just everything.
Chipper.
Oh, Chipper! I've got tons of Chipper rookies. They're worth -$4 each. But yeah, I've got a ton of
Okay.
those. Love Chip. But there's a player. He's not even one of the players people remember from that. But he was my guy. Okay, I like Fred McGriff, Crime Dog. He was great. He was probably my second favorite. I've gone. Okay, I'm just Tyler. Just say it. I'm building
What
suspense for nobody.
position? What position?
Outfield.
Andrew
He,
Jones.
now, see, that would have been a good one. Loved Andrew Jones. He's not him. He was yoked. Keep this in mind. He's yoked.
Oh, I'm gonna be irritated when I
I
give.
know you want to say
Shoot.
Terry
Give me an
Pendleton because he
initial.
was yoked.
Give me an initial.
Okay.
Give me an initial. Throw me an
First
initial. Let's
first name
drag
starts
this
with
out and make
R.
it real painful.
I like that. First name starts with R.
Ray Langford.
Oh, now he was wasn't he the St. Louis
He
Cardinals?
might have been a. He might have been a. He might have been a Cardinal.
This guy played for the Cardinals at one point, or the Reds. He was a red team at some point after I quit watching.
Just.
But
I blew it.
I'll give you a hint. First name Ron. Can you remember his last name?
Ron Gant.
Ron Gant, the GOAT, baby. Look at this
Really?
guy. Look at this guy. Look at that. Look at that photo.
He's like a.
How awkward is that?
He's
photo
like a little
shoot?
bow. He's like a little bow.
That's what it was. The Bo Jackson did well.
Dude,
And they were like, Ron, take
that
that shirt off.
photographer. You know that photographer was like, all right, you know what? Let's just throw the shirt back. I don't know why I'm standing in a field right now with you topless. Can you put the shirt back on?
Yeah. He's like,
It's getting a little uncomfortable.
nope, feeling myself. Dude, I have
So
like
that
I
was
started.
Ron Gant was your guy.
He was my guy, and then when I got back into cards, I was like, man, everybody I like so expensive. And then I was like, well, Ron Gant's not expensive. I remember him when I was a kid. So
Nope.
it's like I started buying him, but I'm in a couple group texts about cards with my buddies, and I like almost started doing it as a joke. Everybody be like, here's my Jaw, here's my Zion, here's my Luca, and I'd be like, yo, guys, don't worry, I got the
Here's my
GOAT.
Ron Gant.
Ron Gant holding a bat, boy. I've got like 6 autographs,
Topless.
3 or 4. Like I've got a Toys R Us PSA 9, like all these like bazooka,
Oh,
like
God.
it's like I don't know what that is. That's like what is that? Likes? That's like a hot dog. I don't know what that is,
Sure. Yep.
bro. I have, and here's the cool thing. So I started. This is how awesome TikTok is. So I got in like a bunch of. I bought like 50 Ron Gant rookies for like $3, and I got them all in. And I was like doing my TikTok, and I was like, guys, who's your favorite player growing up? And because I'm starting with the question, like kind of grab them. Like, who's your favorite player growing up?
Yep.
Mine. He was the GOAT, nobody greater, like lean into it. And then I was like, Ron Gant, boy. And just his name alone sounds like almost like, you know what I mean? His name's Ron. He was an athlete. And so I did that. Bro, that TikTok kind of popped off. And I guess his name is a hashtag. His daughter found it and commented on it. And she was like, he's my
Really?
dad, blah, blah, blah. And I like checked it out. And like, oh, let me see if he's really dad. But yeah, she had like in her feed. Yeah, like her dad.
He's probably excited just to get mentioned on TikTok.
Bro,
That's gonna be the only Ron Gant hashtag of all time, right? On TikTok?
yes, it 100%. It had like less than 100, I think, and it's like by far the biggest TikTok with his name. So, yeah, Ron and we're gonna start a podcast together. Me, you, and Ron. I don't know.
Sure.
See if we can get that going.
And Neil.
And
Dude, quit. Stop. Don't cut Neil. Why am I Neil's
you're fighting
biggest
for Neil.
advocate here?
Well,
I am, dude. First of all, he's named Neil. I had a brother-in-law for like 6 months who was named Neil.
yeah,
They need help, dude. Let's get Neil back in the fold.
yeah.
So.
You can't say Neil. They're going, hi, my name's Neil. Like you have to say Neil like that. But yeah, that's no question, dude.
All right, let me throw this at you.
Oh.
This is impromptu. You can totally shut this down.
Okay,
How do you feel about jumping on Instagram right now for 10 minutes?
let's do it.
I blew off my Instagram live last night. We need to get over there.
Okay,
I'm
what do
just
you want
going
to
to
talk about?
grill you about. I don't have any idea. So,
Yeah, grill me.
perfect.
All right, let's bounce on Instagram.
All right, see ya.
Let it.
I don't know how to shut this off. I'm
Hit
nervous.
the power button at the bottom. Yeet.